If you've been following my stories, you already know how much your support means to me. Every subscriber, every comment, it's what keeps me going. But today's story isn't just another tale. It's personal. It's about me. I used to think revenge was something cinematic, wild, loud, burning with fury. I thought it belonged in movies, not in the quiet corners of real life. I was wrong, because revenge, when it's patient, calm, and deliberate, cuts far deeper. It began small, insignificant even. A simple dinner after work with a co-worker named Colin. Drinks, laughter, stories shared under dim lights. Harmless, I told myself. Until it wasn't. A kiss happened. I convinced myself it meant nothing. But once you cross a line, the next one comes easier. And the next, 7 months. 7 months of messages, secret meetings, and deceit disguised as routine. I believed I was clever, untouchable. That Mark, my husband, would never notice. Mark, the man who had stood by me for 5 years of marriage. Steady, calm, devoted. A doctor who worked long shifts at the hospital. He trusted me completely. I betrayed him completely. The strange thing was, nothing happened. No fights. No shouting. No questions. Mark still kissed me goodbye each morning. Still brewed my coffee. Still asked about my day. He looked at me the same way. Or so I thought. Until the day I lost everything. It started with a phone call from my supervisor, Trina. Her tone was hesitant, almost apologetic. "We've received an anonymous report," she said. "There are screenshots, messages." My blood ran cold. I denied it at first. Of course I did. But the evidence was undeniable. Within hours, I was cleaning out my desk. My co-workers avoided eye contact. Colin disappeared completely. No messages, no explanations. Later, I found out he'd been promoted. When I walked into our kitchen that evening, Mark was there, calm as ever, sipping coffee. "You're home early," he said casually. I lost my job. I stammered. He looked up, and for the first time, I saw something behind that smile. Quiet satisfaction. "Oh," he murmured. "That must be hard. Did you do this?" I whispered. He gave a soft laugh. "Do you really think I'd ruin your life over an affair? No, that's not revenge. That's karma." I couldn't sleep that night. My thoughts ran wild. Had he known all along? Was this his doing? Or was fate just cruel? But in the weeks that followed, the pattern became clear. My world began to fall apart piece by piece. Friends stopped returning calls. Old acquaintances unfollowed or blocked me. Then came the humiliation. Private messages and photos leaked online. Even my parents received anonymous letters detailing my betrayal. My mother screamed at me over the phone, mortified. And through it all, Mark said nothing. He didn't gloat, didn't argue, didn't raise his voice. He simply existed, calm, silent, devastatingly composed. I begged for forgiveness. I cried, pleaded, promised to change. I suggested therapy. He only smiled that same patient smile, the one that now felt like a blade. Then came the end. I returned home after another failed job interview to find my things packed neatly into boxes. Mark stood by the door, holding an envelope. "What's this?" I asked, my voice breaking. "Divorce papers," he said quietly. "You don't have to sign tonight, but I want you gone by the weekend." I collapsed, sobbing, clutching at him. He didn't move. "You didn't just betray me," he said, voice low, almost tender. "You erased me, made me invisible, while you played your little games. Now you know what that feels like. You ruined my life." I cried. He shook his head slowly. "No, you did that yourself. I just made sure you finally saw the truth. No screaming, no rage, just a quiet, deliberate destruction of everything I thought was safe. When I left that house, I had almost nothing. A suitcase, a car, a few $100s, and a reputation in ashes. Colin had vanished from existence. My career was gone. My name was poison. Now, nearly a year later, I live in a small apartment with peeling walls and noisy neighbors. I work 2 part-time jobs just to scrape by. Every night, When silence settles in, I think about Mark, not with hatred, but with a hollow ache of realization. He never yelled, never hit me, never humiliated me outright. But he did something far worse. He taught me what it feels like to lose everything quietly. I once believed love could survive betrayal. Now I know, sometimes love doesn't just die. It teaches you a lesson you'll never forget.